let me say that I think a big part of the good economic news that we have had results from the fiscal support that came with the CARES Act. So it deserves a lot of the credit for keeping people spending and keeping people business confidence and household confidence high. So we don't agree on a forecast. Individuals make different assumptions. I think something like most private sector forecasters are assuming that some kind of a package passes sometime in the next few months. But there isn't any particular number that I would give you that would come out of the Fed.
But is it not true, Mr. Chairman, that the Fed did itself make projections as to growth and inflation and employment? And if so, acknowledging that it assumed fiscal support, there must have been some assumption about the level of fiscal support.
Actually,
how else did you derive your projections?
Yeah, I wish it were that simple. The way we do it is what we publish is the individual projections of the 17 people who vote or who are participants on the FOMC, and they're free to make whatever assumptions they need. And we don't survey them on every little thing, but I would say most assumed some fiscal action. But we didn't say, we didn't create a table, and so I can't tell you exactly what was assumed, but fiscal action underlies many current forecasts.
What happened? Well, then let me try this a different way. What happens to growth and employment if there isn't any fiscal support and it doesn't materialize?
Well, so what's happened lately is that the economy has proved resilient both to the broader spread of the disease over the summer in some of the southern western states and also to the expiration of the CARES Act benefits. So we don't really know what will happen. I would just tell you what I think the risk is. As some have pointed out, savings are very high, and that's because of a number of things. Part of it is the CARES Act, but people are still 11 million people unemployed. So the risk is that over time they go through those savings. They haven't been able to find employment yet because it's going to take a long time to get, or it's going to take a while to get 11 million people back to work. And so their spending will decline, their ability to stay in their homes will decline, and so the economy will begin to feel those negative effects at some time. At the same time, the economy is recovering, and that's a good thing. And it's very hard to have any certainty about the path forward because we don't know which of those two forces will dominate.
Well, with all due respect, Mr. Chairman, unless you're arguing that fiscal stimulus has no impact, then is it not inescapable that if there is no additional fiscal support, growth will be lower?
Yes, certainly fiscal, and I've said that I think it will likely be needed. I do defer to the administration and Congress who actually have responsibility for this, but I think that it is likely that more fiscal support will be needed.